It was past midnight. The rain poured heavily, flooding the dark, silent streets of Kubwa. Thunder rolled in the sky like drums of war. And there she was, Monica barefoot, soaked to her bones, dragging a small bag behind her. Her eyes were swollen, not just from the rain but from the tears she had cried for hours. Then came the scream, "Get out, Monica! Get out of my house and out of my life!" The voice echoed from the building behind her. Then the door slammed shut. She stood there, shivering, confused, broken. Her nightgown clung tightly to her body, and blood trickled from the cut on her lip where John had slapped her. Her hands shook as she tried to hold her bag over her head. It didn't help. Nothing helped. She had nowhere to go. No money. No friends awake. Her aunt had warned her. Her instincts had begged her. But love had blinded her. Now, at 1:00 a.m., Monica found herself alone, in the middle of a storm, in one of the most dangerous parts of the city. Strange sounds echoed from the corner's dogs barking, bottles breaking, a distant scream. Suddenly, she saw headlights. A black SUV drove slowly toward her. The light blinded her already teary eyes. She stepped to the side, but her knees were weak. She staggered. The car didn't slow down. Hung! Monica froze. The car stopped just inches from her. From the passenger side, a man stepped out, tall, broad, powerful aura. A dark-skinned man with deep eyes, dressed in a sharp navy suit, followed by his driver holding an umbrella. "Wait, is that?" the driver whispered. "Yes," the man said, his eyes fixed on Monica. "It's a girl." He walked forward, slowly, gently. "Miss, are you all right?" But Monica didn't answer. Her lips trembled. She opened her mouth, but no sound came out. Her eyes simply rolled back, and she collapsed. The billionaire's hands reached just in time to catch her. "Sir, what do we do?" the driver asked, panicked. "We take her to the hospital." "Now," Damon said firmly. "And call Dr. James. Tell him it's urgent." As Damon carried her into the car, her bag dropped. From it fell a photo of her in a university graduation gown, smiling, hopeful, a time when she still believed in love. He picked it up and stared. "This girl," he muttered. "I wonder what your story is." The soft beeping of a heart monitor echoed in the hospital room. Monica slowly opened her eyes. Everything felt white, the walls, the sheets, the light above her. Her body ached. Her lips were dry. She tried to sit up but couldn't. Then she heard it. A soft, kind voice. "You're awake." She turned and saw a tall, well-dressed man sat beside her bed, holding a cup of tea. He was wearing a shirt and trouser. His beard was nearly trimmed, his face sharp, his body looking like a sculpture. He was so handsome. "I'm Damon," he said. "You collapsed last night in the rain. I brought you here." Monica blinked. Her head was spinning. She struggled to remember. Then it hit her. John. The beating. The rain. The door slamming in her face. Tears rushed to her eyes. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "For what?" Damon asked. Surprised. "For troubling you. For being here. I didn't mean to faint in front of your car." Damon smiled gently. "You didn't trouble me. I'm just glad I was there." He reached out a hand, but Monica flinched. Damon froze. "I'm not going to hurt you," he said softly. "I promise." Monica's eyes filled with tears. "Someone once said the same thing. Before he became my worst nightmare." Damon nodded slowly. He didn't push further. "Would you like something to eat?" Monica gave a tiny nod. 3 years earlier, Monica sat cross-legged on her one small bed in her Kubwa apartment, tying braids for her neighbor's daughter. She laughed warmly as the girl showed her a funny video. Despite being an orphan, Monica was full of life. She balanced her hair business with her mass communication studies at the University of Abuja. She had big dreams, a talk show of her own someday, maybe even a media house. That's where she met John. He was charming, well-dressed, and always had the right words. They met in the university library. She liked that he loved books. She liked that he was quiet, respectful, or so she thought. Their first date was under a mango tree near the school gate. He bought her pure water and puff. It wasn't much, but Monica wasn't the type who cared about money. All she wanted was love, a family, someone who would never leave. When John said, "Let's do life together," she didn't think twice. She gave him everything. When he said he wanted to open a unisex salon but had no money, she emptied her savings 450, zero to support him. She even borrowed more from her aunt. And when he said they should marry, even though his family said she was too ordinary, she fought for them. Now, in the hospital room, Monica held the warm teacup in her hand. "You don't have to talk about it if you're not ready," Damon said. She looked at him. He looked nothing like John. There was no arrogance, no ego, just concern. "No," she said softly. "I want to." And then she told him about the salon, the lies, the cheating, the girl named Annie, who John boldly brought into their home. "He told me she would sleep in our bed," Monica said, tears now streaming down. "And when I refused, he beat me. He beat me so bad, I couldn't move for days." Damon clenched his fist. "And still, I stayed," she continued. "I thought love meant sacrifice. I thought, if I stayed, he'd remember how much I gave him." Damon stood up, pacing. "And he threw you out? At 1 a.m.? In the rain?" Monica nodded. "I had nowhere to go." Damon sighed, then turned to her. "You do now." Monica blinked. "What?" "You can stay with me until you get back on your feet. I'm not doing this out of pity. I see something in you. Strength. Kindness. You don't deserve what happened to you." Monica shook her head. "I don't even know you." "Then let's start there," he said, smiling. "My name is Damon. I build tech. I dig oil. I eat way too much amala. And I hate seeing good people suffer." For the first time in weeks, Monica laughed. Just a little. But that laugh was like music to Damon's ears. That same evening, in a poorly lit lounge, John sat drinking with two women, laughing loudly as music played. But his laughter stopped when his phone buzzed. A message popped up. "You'll never believe who was seen with billionaire Damon Adagoke. Your wife." John choked on his drink. "What did you say?" He zoomed in on the blurry picture attached. His mouth fell open. "No, it can't be." John couldn't believe his eyes. The image on his phone screen showed Monica sitting inside what looked like a luxury car. Her head was turned slightly to the side, but he recognized her. He knew that face. That was the face that used to beg him to stop cheating. The face that cried when he slapped her. The face he left in the rain. Now, she was sitting next to Damon Adagoke, same billionaire, whose face covered every tech magazine and Forbes Africa cover. The one every woman wanted and every man respected. That Damon. "What's she doing with him?" John said aloud, eyes wide, his voice shaking with disbelief. The two women beside him exchanged confused looks. "John, are you okay?" one asked, rubbing his shoulder. He shoved her hand off. "Shut up." He stormed out of the lounge, his pride wounded, his brain spinning. Meanwhile, in Damon's mansion, Monica stood in the middle of a bright, white room with tall glass windows and a chandelier that sparkled like diamonds. She still couldn't believe where she was. The mansion was peaceful. The walls were filled with art. A maid had even brought her new clothes, simple but elegant. She had taken a warm bath, and for the first time in forever, her body felt safe. But her heart, still unsure. She sat at the dining table with Damon, who had just finished telling her about his village childhood. "So, you started with nothing?" she asked. Damon smiled. "Not even slippers. My father sold firewood. My mum sold moi. I grew up in a one-room hut. And now, you're a billionaire?" Damon laughed. "Life is funny. But you, Monica, your story touched me. You didn't even ask me who I was when I found you." Monica looked down. "I wasn't thinking of money. I was just trying not to die." Damon reached out. "Then maybe it's time to start living." The next morning, John stormed into the unisex salon he once called his pride. But things had changed. The place was dull, empty. The workers looked tired. The accountant handed him a report. The business was losing money. John threw it on the floor. "What is this?" The manager stepped back. "Sir, since Monica left, everything has been falling apart. She used to run everything behind the scenes. The books, the suppliers, even the marketing." "Shut up," John snapped. He ran his hands through his hair. "How could I be so stupid?" he muttered. "How did I not see she was the real gold?" With Damon's help, Monica began to rebuild herself. He introduced her to his personal therapist, got her enrolled in an elite training program for digital media content creation, even bought her a new laptop and camera setup. One evening, as they sat on the rooftop of his home, under the stars, Damon turned to her. "There's something about you, Monica. You don't just survive, you inspire." Monica smiled. "Thank you, Damon. I don't know what I did to deserve your kindness." "You were simply you," he said. "That's all it took." They locked eyes for a moment too long, but Monica looked away. Her heart was still learning to breathe again. A few days later, the sound of a car horn echoed in the mansion driveway. A man in a brown suit handed Damon a sealed envelope. "It's from John," he said. Damon handed it to Monica. She opened it slowly. "Divorce papers." Her hands trembled. She looked up at Damon. "He's finally letting me go." Damon nodded. "It's your choice. Sign it or not, but just know you're already free." That same night, Damon got a call. He stepped outside to take it. "Yes?" he said. A voice replied, low and nervous. "Sir, sorry to disturb you, but someone's threatening to leak a fake video of you and Miss Monica. It could destroy her name." Damon's eyes darkened. "Who?" "We traced it, back to a man named John." Damon's jaw tightened. He turned toward the balcony, where Monica stood smiling at the moon. He clenched his fist. "He wants war? Then war he'll get." Headlines of Monica cheating on John blazed across blogs, Twitter trends, and gossip shows like wildfire. X, wife of entrepreneur accused of infidelity with billionaire Damon Adagoke. Video leaks showing Monica kissing Damon while still married to John. Billionaire love triangle or gold digger trap? Monica sat on the edge of the couch, frozen. Her hands trembled as she watched the short, blurry video play over and over again on social media. In the video, a woman who looked like her leaned in and kissed a man who looked like Damon. The background was dimly lit, but the faces were just clear enough to stir doubt. The timestamp at the bottom corner read 2 months before she was thrown out by John. Her heart pounded. No, this is not real," Monica whispered, tears welling in her eyes. Damon stood behind her, arms crossed, jaw tight. He had been watching silently, analyzing every frame. The internet was catching fire, with thousands of viewers turning against Monica within minutes. "She's a gold digger. She left her husband for money. I used to respect her. So Damon was the side piece. Wow, and I thought she was innocent." Even people from Monica's university days had begun sharing the post. Her old roommate had reposted it with a shady caption. "I always knew she liked rich men." Monica covered her face with her hands. "I can't breathe." Damon gently sat beside her and took her hand. "We'll fix this," he said quietly. "But everyone believes it," she cried. "That's not even you in the video. I know when it was taken. That video was from my birthday 2 years ago. That was John. He was the one who kissed me." He edited it." Damon nodded. "Exactly." He turned to his assistant. "Call Femi from our tech forensics unit. Tell him I need him here. Now." What happened was that 2 days earlier, John had run out of options. His salon was failing. His loans were rising. Most of his customers had gone elsewhere because the quality had dropped. His staff whispered about Monica being the real backbone of the business. And, to make matters worse, he had recently found out that Damon and Monica were planning to launch a new women-focused digital content platform under Damon's tech umbrella. John was desperate, broke, and bitter. He opened a hidden folder on his laptop. Inside were old videos he took, while he and Monica were still married. Some cute moments, some intimate ones. Then he found one. Monica's birthday party at their home 2 years ago. In that video, he had kissed her passionately in their living room. He smirked. Then he opened his pirated editing software. John zoomed in on his face and cropped it out. He grabbed a random photo of Damon's smiling face from Google. Using basic overlay tricks and blurry transitions, he layered Damon's face onto his own in the video. The result was a convincing, poorly lit scene of Monica and Damon kissing while she was still married to John. He added a fake timestamp. Then he uploaded it anonymously to a gossip blog and began spreading it through burner accounts on WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter. It worked. Within 24 hours, it went viral. The backlash. Monica's life flipped overnight. Sponsors that Damon had lined up for her content platform began pulling out, scared of public backlash. Clients started sending pause emails. The media began camping outside Damon's estate, trying to catch a glimpse of the woman who broke a billionaire's heart and wrecked her marriage. Monica couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. Even Aunt Judith called, sounding disappointed. "Monica," her aunt said, "I supported you through everything. But is this true?" "No, Auntie, it's not true," Monica sobbed. Damon watched her from the hallway. His chest tightened with rage. He was no stranger to scandals, but this one was cruel, personal, and done to ruin a woman who had already been through so much. He turned to his security chief. "I want full digital forensics. Trace the IP. Verify the metadata. If we don't fix this, she'll never breathe again." It finally came to a time to unmask the truth. Femi, the forensics expert, was a quiet, brilliant man in his early 30s who wore glasses and spoke like a robot. But when he got to work, he was a genius. He examined the video for hours. "I've seen fakes," Femi said finally. "But this is criminal." He pointed to the screen. "Here. Notice the lighting changes oddly around the jaw. That's because John overlaid Damon's face frame by frame. Also, the timestamp isn't real. It was added with free editing software." Monica leaned forward. "Can we prove that?" Femi nodded. "Absolutely. Not only that, look here." He pulled up a copy of John's old birthday video. The original one. It's the same footage, same outfit, same background, same music in the background. "That's John kissing you in the video, Monicano Damon." Her hand flew to her chest in relief. Damon stood up. "Good. Now let's show the world." Damon called his lawyer and PR team. Within 24 hours, they released a public statement on every major news outlet. A fake video has been circulated maliciously to destroy the reputation of Ms. Monica and Mr. Damon Adagoke. "We have hard forensic proof of video manipulation and will be pressing full charges against the individual responsible." They didn't name John yet, but they would. Then, Damon did something unexpected. He invited one of Nigeria's biggest talk show hosts, Queen Bisi, to his estate for an exclusive interview with Monica. Millions tuned in. Monica sat there, trembling, but firm. "I didn't cheat on my ex-husband," she said, staring into the camera. "The video was fake, and it hurts. It hurts that someone I once loved would try to destroy me to get attention or pity." Queen Bisi raised a brow. "Why do you think he did it?" Monica hesitated. "Maybe because he's losing everything. And maybe because he knows he lost me the day he threw me out in the rain." Damon leaned forward. "And now, we're suing him." 2 days later, John was arrested and taken to court. Digital experts testified. The original video was presented. Damon's lawyers didn't hold back. John tried to cry in court, tried to act like he was confused and broken. But the judge was not moved. "You knowingly tried to destroy someone's life for financial gain," the judge said. "You spread lies, fabricated evidence, and caused public harm." John was fined $20 million in damages and sentenced to 6 months of community service with a suspended jail term if he defaulted. Monica watched silently as he walked out of court in shame. She didn't smile. She didn't gloat. She simply said, Now I'm free. Damon's promise. That night, under soft lights on his private garden deck, Damon looked at Monica. "You were brave," he said. Monica shook her head. "I was terrified. And still you stood." He leaned forward. "Monica, no more hiding. No more running. This world is ugly, but I promise you I will never let it swallow you again." Monica smiled faintly. "I don't know what I did to deserve you. You survived. That's enough." He reached for her hand, and for the first time, she didn't pull away. But far away, inside a dark room filled with clutter, John stared at a blurry CCTV screenshot tone that showed Damon handing Monica a ring box on a beach. He zoomed in. A shadow of a smile formed on his lips. "So, you think it's over, Monica? It's only just begun." For weeks after the court case ended and John was exposed, Monica stayed quiet. Not because she was ashamed, but because peace felt unfamiliar. She woke up each day in Damon's mansion to the smell of fresh flowers and soft piano music echoing through the marble halls. The staff had grown to love her. Even Damon's bodyguard, a stone-faced man named Akeem, now smiled any time Monica walked by. But nothing compared to the way Damon looked at her. It wasn't just attraction, it was reverence. Like she was a sunrise after years of darkness. Like every scar she carried only made her more beautiful. He'd watch her when she laughed, his eyes soft and almost childlike. He would pause conversations just to brush her hair out of her eyes or reach across the table to hold her hand gently. At first, Monica was shy, still unsure, still afraid to let her heart out of its hiding place. But slowly, she bloomed. One night, they went to a quiet restaurant by the sea in Lagos. Damon wore a black native kaftan with gold embroidery. Monica wore a simple off-shoulder gown Damon had sent to her room earlier, along with a note. "Wear this. I want the world to see what strength and grace looks like." The restaurant was private, the table lit by a single candle. Soft jazz music floated in the air. The ocean sang in the distance. They spoke for hours not about business or gossip, but about dreams. "I used to want to be a radio presenter," Monica said, "or a talk show host. But life got in the way." Damon smiled. "Then let's get it out of the way." She looked up. "What do you mean?" "I bought you a studio," he said casually, sipping his wine. Monica choked on her drink. "What?" "A podcast studio. State of the art. You'll talk. People will listen. The world needs your voice, Monica." Tears welled in her eyes. "No one's ever done anything like this for me." Damon leaned closer, his voice low and steady. "No one ever saw you properly, but I do. I see you, Monica. And I'm not just falling for you. I've already fallen." Monica's lips trembled. The air between them thickened. Her voice cracked. "I think I love you too." From that moment on, things changed. Monica smiled more. She danced barefoot in the hallway sometimes. She made jokes. She sang while cooking. Damon would lean against the doorframe just to watch her completely enchanted. She no longer wore sadness like a scarf. Instead, she wore colors bold, beautiful, daring. She laughed with her whole heart now. Sometimes, late at night, Damon would sit with her on the balcony and stroke her hair as she told him stories of her childhood. She'd cry a little, but only because she now had someone to cry with and that was healing. One afternoon, while Monica was fixing her makeup in the mirror, Damon walked in and said, "You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. But it's not your face, it's your fire." He didn't just say it to make her blush. He meant every word. Bloggers who once mocked Monica now wrote stories like, "From rock bottom to royalty, Monica's inspirational rise." Damon's Queen. How Monica captured the heart of Africa's tech billionaire. People who once doubted her started messaging her for advice, mentorship, collaborations. She didn't let the fame change her. She only let the love shape her. One Sunday afternoon, Damon invited Monica to a private island for a photo shoot to promote her new talk show. The boat ride was peaceful. Monica wore a flowing white dress. Her hair danced with the ocean breeze. She had no idea what was waiting. When they arrived, the island was quiet. Just birds, waves, and palm trees. They walked along the beach until they reached a giant heart-shaped archway made of red and white roses. Thereunder, the arch stood a small table with her favorite chocolate cake and a tiny velvet box. Monica gasped. Damon took her hand and dropped to one knee. "My queen, I don't just want to protect your heart. I want to share mine with you. Will you marry me?" Monica's eyes filled with tears, not from surprise, but from the overwhelming feeling of finally being chosen, not just out of pity, but out of pure, honest love. She nodded. "Yes, Damon. 1,000 times. Yes." He slipped the ring onto her finger. It sparkled like the life she never thought she could have. They kissed softly, deeply under the sun, as the waves clapped and the breeze danced around them. But far away, in a cheap hotel room, John sat with a crooked smile on his face. He zoomed in on a leaked drone video showing Damon kneeling with the ring. He sent a message to a private number. "If I can't have her, I'll ruin their wedding. Be ready." A reply came. "Say no more. We'll be there." John grinned. Let's see how perfect her fairy tale ending really is. It was the most anticipated wedding Nigeria had seen in a decade. Every major newspaper had it on the front page. Billionaire Damon Adegoke to wed former orphan-turned-media icon Monica Johnson. From reign to royalty, Monica's journey to the altar. The wedding venue? A private garden estate just outside Lagos, decorated with white orchids, gold chandeliers, and crystal fountains. A glass aisle stretched over a reflective pool, and soft violins played in the background. There were no paparazzi, allowed only family, close friends, and a few trusted journalists. But unknown to everyone, a plan was already in motion. John had arrived, not with a gun, not with fists, but with something far more dangerously. The day of the wedding, Monica stood in front of a mirror, dressed in a flawless ivory wedding gown, her natural hair styled into a regal bun, a simple gold crown resting gently on her head. She looked royal. Her best friend, Chioma, dabbed her eyes with a tissue. "Girl, you're glowing. Look at you." Monica laughed nervously. "I feel like I'm dreaming. Just a few months ago, I was sleeping on the hospital bed, terrified of life. And now this." Chioma placed a hand on her shoulder. "You deserve every drop of this love." Suddenly, a knock came at the door. It was Damon's assistant, Ladi. He stepped in, holding a phone. "There's something you both need to see," he said gravely. John had sent an email blast to several blogs and wedding guests claiming he had proof that Monica was still legally married to him, despite the divorce judgment. In the email, he attached a fake court letter claiming the divorce was not finalized and Monica was committing bigamy by marrying Damon. He also attached screenshots of Monica cheating, along with another heavily edited audio clip where Monica supposedly confessed to using Damon for money. His goal was to stop the wedding, cause chaos, and hopefully blackmail Damon into settling him with hush money enough to save his dying business. Back at the estate, Damon was already one step ahead. He had anticipated John's bitterness. 2 nights before the wedding, he had hired a private investigator to keep tabs on him, and not just filed Monica's divorce finalization through the federal high court and had it publicly confirmed and notarized. As for the fake court letter, the watermark was missing. The signature was forged. It didn't stand a chance. The blogs that received John's email? They'd been warned by Damon's legal team to fact-check anything from that source. Some tried to post it anyway. They were sued within the hour, with every lie crushed, every fake rumor dismantled, and every guest reassured the ceremony began. Monica walked down the glass aisle to soft whispers of awe. People stood. Some cried, and at the far end, Damon stood waiting. Tall, confident, eyes glistening not with power, but with love. As she drew closer, Monica's eyes locked with his. In that moment, the world fell away. No more rain. No more hospital beds. No more shouting, slapping, or sleeping on broken dreams. Only this. Only him. Damon reached out and took her hand. "You came," he whispered. "I always wanted to." She smiled. The officiant raised his hands. "Do you, Damon Adegoke, Take Monica Johnson to be your lawfully wedded wife." "I do," Damon said without hesitation. "And do you, Monica?" "I do," she breathed, tears slipping down her cheek. "You may now kiss your bride." Damon leaned in, and for the first time, Monica kissed not in pain, not in confusion, but in pure, peaceful love. The guests erupted in applause. The violins soared, petals rained from above, and Monica whispered in Damon's ear, "Thank you for finding me, when the world had thrown me away." 1 year later, the screen fades into a vibrant scene, Monica and Damon holding their twin babies, a boy named Nathaniel and a girl named Amara, smiling at a beach resort. Behind them stands a new signboard, the Monica Foundation for Women Left Behind. It is Monica's personal projecthelping abused women, abandoned wives, and young girls finish school. She stands before a crowd of reporters. "I was once thrown out into the rain with nothing. Today, I walk into rooms with confidence, not because I'm rich, but because I was loved back to life." The cameras flash. Damon holds her hand tight. And somewhere in a dusty corner of the internet, John's salon business has been permanently closed for fraud and debt. His last known location was unknown, while Monica's name continued to fly. She's known everywhere as the girl who was broken, but now wears a crown.